Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV, the What's Going On podcast. Back again with another live podcast, a chat about all things football, the weekend, the fallout of the weekend, and so much to talk about. I've got my friend sitting in the green room, barring Chile. Hopefully, he'll be on a bit later, but we have so much to talk about concerning football, the fallout of the weekend. When you look at what's happening in the Champions League draw, the last 32 draw, some interesting stuff going on, and I'm looking forward to the weeks ahead. And the World Cup is almost upon us. We've got two more games. We've got some games live tonight in the Carabao World Cup and tomorrow, and then the weekend we'll be playing the penultimate games before the World Cup starts. So much to talk about. Please, if you're new, please hit the like button, subscribe and share if you're new. On the road, as I said, to 300. And nobody can see one person in the chat already, or one person watching. So hopefully there'll be more joining us. But listen, without further ado, I am going to introduce my colleagues. So first of all, let's bring in Mr. Big D, Mr. Kofi Klopp, and Mr. Ez. What are you saying, brothers? How you doing?
All good.
All good?
Feeling a bit turbulent, but we'll see about that.
Yeah. But it's good to have you all back. Last week, Ez and Kofi wasn't about. We had to be looking for excuses as to why they weren't on the on the stream. But listen, I'll leave that to you guys to make up your mind. But yeah, it's good to have you here. As I said, Chile's not here yet. Hopefully he will be with us. I think he's doing a little bit of shopping, so we'll wait and see. Yes, Mr. Craig, what are you saying? Good to see you again. Back as always. Thank you for your support.
Craig,
big up to you, mate. So much to talk about this weekend. Arsenal sitting currently top of the league, riding the crest of a wave. Lovely jubbly. I know. Chile's not here, so he would have hated that anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Ride that wave, brother. Ride that wave.
How do you say shambles in Italian? Go on, tell me. Go on, Craig. Put us out of misery. How do you say shambles in Italian? I'm waiting for it. Come on. Where's the punchline? Let's have it. Let's be having ya, as Delia Smith will say. Let's be having ya. Come on. Let's see. Punchline. Well, whilst Craig is thinking of the punchline, let me just throw out and just say to you guys how you're doing. But first of all, let me start off with Mr. Big D. I know we had a kind of little conversation in the background. But yeah, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm in a very sweet and sour kind of place. We had a great celebration for our brother Norman on Saturday, and his sister, their twins. So we had an excellent 50th birthday celebration weekend in the city of Oxford. So we were balling out, partying out. Dance floor was lit. Everything. A little bit of a reunion as well from the
Mr. White Yardie doing his thing.
Was on form. They had White Yardie as part of the entertainment. This brother he was lit. He was mad.
No, he was funny. I mean, I had a good half an hour conversation with him about Arsenal.
So
we had a good old chat.
He's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy.
He's cool. He kept it. He kept it Kleenex.
Very PC. Very PC. So, yeah, and then I said to Norman, unfortunately, I had a good brethren from St. Lucia that I consider a big brother that looked out for me and Sheena in our time on the island. Passed away in his sleep on Sunday night into Monday morning, which really kind of took the edge off, man. He's just a few years older than me, fit as a fiddle. Well, to the eye, but he was a construction contractor. So you imagine this guy working in the heat. This guy is lean and strong, and just went to his bed, wasn't feeling 100%, and never woke up. So, so condolences out to his family, his two sons and his wife in St. Lucia. Just got that the prayers, but life hit us again. But yeah, man. I'm not going to dampen the show, but just
sorry to really hear about that, man. As a big condolences to you. Obviously your friend and family out there. It's not easy.
No.
But but we've got to still move on. Life still goes on, and we'll be definitely praying for them still.
Yeah,
Mr. Ez, what you saying?
You know what? I'm all right. I'm not too bad, man. Last week, I apologize, couldn't be with you. I had a feeling there'll be a few draw outs.
Can I just stop you there? Can you say that with a straight face, please?
Yeah, I had a feeling there'll be a few draw outs. Yeah. And I don't know if you saw, but I ended up in the comments because I saw Norman's rendition about Potter's number 4 and all of that. And you know, I even
4-ball quarter pocket.
You know, I tried to jump in the back room, even though I was on the move, but I ended up in the comments instead. But you know what? Yeah, we'll get onto the Arsenal game and all of that. But I'm all right. Let's put it like that. Yeah, I'm all right.
You're right.
Yeah, you notice I'm in black again today.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought I'd join you as well.
Yeah, for different reasons, Norms. I refuse to bring out the glasses for the rest of the season. That was a one-time only thing. So I'm just in black today. That's all. But I'm good, man. Blessed.
Could I ask you a question? Could it get to the point where you may have to pull out those glasses?
Guys, if I pull out the glasses, it's not good. It's not. You've all heard.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You've all heard me say I'm pulling them back up. So it's crisis if I pull them out again, and that's why I'm saying. So, Norms, don't even ask me that question again, yeah? Because
Craig says, "Come on, Il Girona Rovina."
So this is probably the Italian, Norman. The Italian.
This is Italian. How do you say shambles in Italian? Come on, what? Is he? I've got to be careful what I'm saying there.
Yeah, it's okay. You curse it.
It's a Man United dig. It's a Man United dig.
It's a Man United team. It's got to be. Craig is saying Chelsea stunk at the bridge. Only one shot on target. Right. We'll go into that. We'll
Craig, allow me, man. Let's get to that part of the program. All right. Enough to talk about today. Enough.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, let's move on to Mr. Kofi Klopp. Kofi, what are you saying? Last week you wasn't able to make the stream, and there was a lot of people asking where he was. I said to him, I can't.
Listen.
I categorically couldn't give them a definitive answer as to why you wasn't on the stream. So I'm giving you your chance now to just say why you couldn't make it.
I apologize to my peeps, fans out there. You know, I just didn't feel to turn up.
Hold on. So you see the way you put it on, I don't know if you guys noticed, guys, on our chat. Yeah, it was like, listen, guys, I can't make it tonight. You know, it's almost like he had things to do. You know what I mean? So that's the reason. You joker.
Man.
Listen, it was hard. It was
confession
hard
is good for the soul. That's what I gotta say.
I was finding reasons to even try to make up for the excuses, and I couldn't. And I was like, boy, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? Bare people are gonna be gunning me everywhere. see man's laughing, sitting at the top of the tree. Remember last year when you were down in the dumps?
Kof, you can't say that to them. They can't hear you. Arsenal fans cannot hear you right now.
You know the reason why I can't hear them? They're about 15 miles away.
They can't hear you, Kof. They don't even know what last year was. They can't even tell you.
What's last year, bro? Let's talking about the past now. Yeah,
keep riding that.
It's the present, bro.
Keep riding.
It's the present. It's the present, brother. So how? But how you doing? Otherwise, you know, being absent from us last week, how you now have graced yourself. Because I wonder why you graced yourself today. Isn't it? Is it one of those things, D, where you know he only comes on when he wins? I don't know.
No. It's not like that. And let's say this. I feel good, but I feel
so does James Brown. But you know what I mean.
I feel a little bit turbulent inside, you know, because of the sale going on. But we'll talk about that.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. 1-0. Ian wants me to do a rendition. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0.
Okay, so there's Arsenal fans out today.
1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0.
They're feeling brave. They're feeling brave.
Hey, George Graham settings, brother.
Hey, the title is One Before Christmas, gents. Don't forget that.
Well, listen. Yeah, look. As
You
I
know
said,
them ones.
I'm not counting my chickens. I'm not counting my chickens now. So listen, it's good where we are. We're doing well, as I said.
And
You
man
might
is
have
still
the rest of the fan base norms. The rest of them think it's one.
Well, I don't think it's one. There's some deluded ones out there that probably think it's one.
Oh my
but listen,
goodness! Trust me, my phone has not stopped.
Exactly. Same as me. Same as
My phone, even
look,
today before the show.
What I can say, gentlemen, though, and I'm going to officially say it on the channel tonight, that we are in a title race. Yeah, I'm saying it with
exactly.
chest.
No. Can you
don't go with the Arteta thing. Don't go with the Arteta thing. Yeah, don't go with the Arteta thing. I'm now talking about the fact that we're in a title race. That's all I've got to say. We're in a title race, and that's it.
Arteta in or not?
And as I keep saying for the umpteenth time, we have not won the league yet. If we won the league today, I will be Arteta in. As I said, if we push Man City, to within, I don't know, 5-6 points, with a couple of games left, and even if we come second and we only finished maybe a couple of points behind them, then I'd have to say, you know what, take me out after Arteta. But right now, anything could happen. Yeah, with how many games in now? 14 games in. It's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. So what I would do is commend. What I would say is I commend Arteta for the job that he's doing. He's doing an absolutely brilliant job. But that doesn't mean to say that, you know what I mean. Listen, caution to the win, my brother. You know what I mean. Caution to the win. Yeah. It's not over till the sings. All right.
So
you know what I mean.
You think you're in a title race right now?
I believe we're in a title race. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know you've kind of got your thinking emoji thing going on there, as you seem to I don't know if you're doubting me or what. But I'm saying I think we're now in a title. We're sitting top of the league.
No, we have to be.
Our best start in over 100 years. 13. Go on, D.
Yes, 13 games, 11 win, 1 draw, 1 loss, a plus 20 goals, 34 points. You're in a title race, mate.
I think
no doubt in my mind, as a Man United fan that can't take Arsenal, man's saying we're in a title race. That's what it is.
I think it's a tainted title anyway. You know what I mean? With the World Cup in the middle of the season, it's tainted, man.
Well,
this guy sounds like an Arsenal.
This is what I would say. This is what I would say. This is what I would say is that when the pandemic was on and there was no fans, and people were saying, because there's no fans, the results are being affected because the stadiums are empty. I think the results will be affected depending on who comes out unscathed from the World Cup.
Yes.
So people might say, well, there's an asterisk over this title, whoever wins it, because the World Cup had us lose 2 or 3 key players. I think that will be a narrative of some sort going forward, depending on how people come back from the World Cup.
But to this point, there's nothing but credit for Arteta and Arsenal. There's nothing but credit for them. They've gone about their business. I mean,
Exactly.
Game by game. That's what we're doing. Taking it game by game.
Apart from
being a pessimist,
losing to this lot, then they've been pretty much, they've done what it says on the tin, as in keep it consistent and win. But yeah, man. But the turn of the year, well, not the turn of the year, because we come back on December 26th, don't we?
That's right, and that's when we have the Christmas fixtures start.
The Christmas madness, isn't it?
And I mean, listen. So many, managers have come out and just said the way that they've done this thing by putting Qatar just slap bang in the middle. And as I say, all clubs are going to be affected. Yeah, there are going to be some clubs that got more players going away. And I think, as you say, the narrative will be
it's weird.
It's weird. It's absolutely weird. Do you know what I mean? Because we would have loved for us to just carry on playing, to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you've got this disruption of the World Cup, players going away. We don't know what they're going to be like when they come back. Man City, all right, they might not have Haaland going away, but they have got a lot of players in their team that's going to be going away. So that's probably, as pointed out, that it is quite a strange year this year, because you're having a lot of players going away, and you don't know, how they're going to come back in what condition. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And say, for instance, clubs like, say, Arsenal. Now we've got Gabriel, Jesus, and Martinelli going away.
Bro, we got 4 Brazilians going.
Right, you got 4 players. We
because Tellers is on loan, but he's still on our books.
Right.
So we got 4 Brazilians going, just one team, you know.
Yeah,
that's way too many players for my liking. Just with 4 going out, I'm like,
yeah. So you know,
you got way more than that. You got way more than that because there's a high chance Shaw goes. There's a high chance.
Shaw, I'm just saying. I'm just talking about one team, as in the Brazilian team is 4 Brazilians.
I think that's 90%.
Oh yes, yeah.
And then Shaw and Maguire are going.
Shaw Maguire.
So that's 6. Ronaldo
and
Sancho.
No, Sancho ain't going.
You don't think so?
No.
I think Southgate likes him a lot, even without form. I think he will go.
I'll be shocked.
I think he needs
Rashford is going.
Oh yes,
because he's found form, and then Varane is getting fit to try and go, which I don't like that. If you ain't fit, stay your backside home.
Stay home.
Yeah. But he's trying to get fit to go.
But even Eriksen, I reckon Eriksen's going.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah, Eriksen's going. Ronaldo is captain in them.
It's a lot of players.
Put it say, I think the whole starting 11 are got United.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Apart from the goalkeeper.
Even McTominay, I reckon he's going.
Oh yeah, McTominay.
Scotland didn't make it.
Did Scotland not in it?
No, I thought they did.
No, I'm sure they didn't make it. You sure?
I can't remember now.
I might be wrong, but if you can, somebody let us know in the chat. Did Scotland make the World Cup? I thought they got knocked out
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs or whatever. I might be wrong, but I'm sure they're not going.
Well, if Scotland are going, McTominay's going. He's a utility man.
Yeah.
I think
he got knocked out, didn't he?
Yeah, I think they got knocked out.
Yeah, I think we're thinking of Euros, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I think that's still an awful lot of players. You know?
Oh yeah, I think that's one of the most in the league. That's one of the highest.
And there's nothing the manager can do about that. You can't tell man's not to pick his players.
No, for World Cup, man. No.
Exactly. And you can actually see it that certain man's taking a fast, man. They're preserving themselves. They're not trying to get injured now.
No,
and this is the problem with having a World Cup when it is that you're watching players taking a foot off the gas. Yes, Jay. Good to see you at the weekend, darling.
Yep. Supporting a Liverpool. Mr. Klopp there, you got your support there, Cove. Yeah.
Jay, I
don't know if you heard his excuse why he wasn't on last week. we teased it out of him. So yeah, confession is good for the soul, man. It's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. Yeah. But listen, guys, so much to talk about. So Premier review and player ratings. I think more just look at the games. I'm not going to really go about into the ratings. You know, in terms of scores and whatever. Ref watch, there's a lot of controversy that's went on at the weekend. We're looking at the future of Liverpool. FSG to stick or twist? That's one for you, Kofi. Nothing personal, Auba. Was it a bridge too far? You know, I like that title. And any other business, Europe knockout draws and the what's going on prediction table. So that's going to be our schedule for this evening. And we just want to first crack on and go, first of all, on the Saturday, the Leeds Bournemouth game. And what a game. 7-goal thriller. Bournemouth, literally, I was listening to the game on the radio and I'm like, you know what? After what Leeds did to Liverpool, I'm thinking, okay, right, big bounce back team, you know? And, Leeds were 3-0 down, I think, or something like that. No, tell a lie. Rodrigo scored the penalty first, so they were 1-0 up. Sorry, tell a lie. And then literally, Bournemouth just stepped the game up. Leeds, I don't know what they're doing. They're just far too open, and Leeds went 3-1 up. And then it went to 3-3. And the same guy, Mr. Somerville, who did what he did to Liverpool, comes back in the 84th minute and gets the winning goal, 4-3. My man is saved again. The manager looks like his bottom is being saved again. Because I think if he had lost that game, you know what I mean? If the scoreline had been a lot different, I think that he could have been walking. Do you know what I mean? Last week against Liverpool, you know what I mean? If he didn't get a result, you know what I mean? His job was on the line. He got out of that wins that game 2-1, and then comes back again from behind and wins 4-3. So fantastic game, 7-goal thriller.
Yeah.
And O'Neill for Bournemouth. I mean, listen, last night they slapped Everton 4-1 in the Carabao Cup, and they were playing their B team as well, right? And Everton, for whatever reason, because they went away to Bournemouth, decided, okay, they're going to make some changes, but their side was still strong enough to beat Bournemouth's B team, and they ended up getting beaten 4-1 and getting knocked out of the cup. I don't know if it's because they're worried about their position in the league and that the fact that they can't afford to maybe focus on cup runs and stuff like that, and they've ended up saying, you know what, let's just focus on the league, sort ourselves out. But listen, Everton needs some kind of cup or something like that. But they've been dumped out of the Carabao Cup, and it is what it is. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, going back to the game, Bournemouth, as I said, come out 4-3 winners. Then we go to Wolves Brighton. Brighton, they're on a bit of a run here, winning 3-2 against Wolves, again away to Wolves. Pascal Grove getting the winner. Nelson Semedo got sent off in injury time of the first half. But it was Brighton that struck first. And then Wolves equalised. Ruben Neves, then I think they went 2-1 up. And then they equalised. And then, as I said, Nelson Semedo got sent off, I think, in the first half. Yeah, I think it looked like a straight red, yeah, just before half time. And Pascal Grove in the 83rd minute grabs the winner. So, Brighton are moving up the table. I think they're sitting currently 6th on 21 points. So they're doing really well under their new manager. He had a bit of a tricky start.
They're 6th, yeah.
Yeah, they're 6th, and they're playing us tonight. I think they're possibly going to go with a strong team as well. Our game is not being shown on TV, which I just don't get. But I'm hoping that Arsenal will go with a relatively strong side. But I think our focus is on the game at the weekend, Saturday night football. We're away to Wolves, and we want to go into that game, winning that game, and hopefully staying top of the table going into the World Cup. Because I think Man City have got Southampton at home. I think. If it's not Southampton, Brentford, one of the teams, I can't remember, but you would expect Man City Brentford. So you would expect Man City to win that game. They could be also without Mr. Ivan Toney for certain reasons. Yeah.
But I think he's suspended, isn't he? Is he suspended for that one?
Yeah, because he definitely wasn't in the side. I didn't see him in the side, so. Yeah, that might be a bit of a blow for Brentford, because they drew that game, Nottingham Forest 2-2, and Nottingham Forest could have won that game. Tell a lie. Yeah, they could have. No, they were losing 2-1. Sorry, and
own goal, weren't it?
It was an own goal. Yeah, late 90, on in
96
the
minute,
96 minute.
That's just criminal, isn't it?
Yeah, so Nottingham Forest 2-2. Against Brentford, and Man City Fulham. Now, I was quite interested in this game because Haaland was on the bench. I think they started Alves. I don't know if he started. I think Alves. Alves
he started. He started and he scored.
He started up front.
Yeah, he started up front and he scored.
Yeah, he started and he scored. But guys, listen, man. I don't know about you, but when I saw the penalty that De Bruyne got in injury time, the man was hardly touched, and he went down like somebody that shot him. And I mean, the thing is, he went in the opposite direction. Now, Dermot Gallagher seems to believe that was definitely a penalty, and they actually compared that to the actual Nottingham Forest Brentford game, where very similar position, but no penalty was awarded.
But no, you have to remember, they were probably overcompensating for the straight red card for Cancelo, right? Because you have to remember, he went in the 26th minute. That's early in the game, man. So 10 minutes. So these referees, they're bottle jobs, mate. You know what I'm saying?
You know the Cancelo red card because obviously he was he the last man? Was he the last man? Did he push him in the? Was it just because the way they were talking about it, they were trying to compare the Trent Alexander push on Sigurdsson, not Sigurdsson, Sigurdsson for Tottenham, where Trent pushed him over and it was deemed not a penalty, and no foul was given. Yet similar thing with Cancelo. It might have been outside the box, but he was the last man. He pushed him same way and he ends up getting a red card.
Yeah, I thought the red card was kind of harsh.
Yeah.
But
would you say compare when you looked at what Trent Alexander did? Would you call that a penalty? I mean, Kofi. I mean, I know we will come to that game, but what was that a penalty?
I'm not sure. It's just does the guy do enough to say, okay, I'm getting past Trent, and in the similar thing with Cancelo, does he do enough? I don't know.
Yeah.
In other games, probably he has the beating of Cancelo, but Cancelo is a good defender and he knows his position. So I don't see how both are deemed as possible penalties.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at the red card, right? If you look at that particular red card, then you're going to say go back into certain games this season. There should have been more red cards, and this is where the inconsistency is. I mean, because even the McTominay Rugger tackle, that's a straight red for me. That's just violent. It's violent conduct, but he says on the pitch. So, I'm looking at it and saying, VAR. Every week we're talking VAR because it's too inconsistent and it's killing the game. It's killing the game. Just go back to the referees and linesmen making the call and sticking with their conviction, and just keep the goal line technology. Keep that, and just sling out that because it's killing the game.
Yeah,
absolutely
it is
ridiculous. Yeah,
mm.
and you have to remember they're using it to bail themselves out. Norm, if they don't want to get crucified by the crowd, they go to the screen and they're in the air, and you know they're going to go the wrong way. You know they are.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Normally, when they get sent to the screen, you know it's either going to be overturned or given. Do you know what I mean? So whatever the opposite is, that's the result of it. But yeah, I mean, look, Haaland comes on as a goal disallowed, and you're thinking, mate, just hold out, Fulham, just hold out. Yeah, and as I said, De Bruyne. I think it was Johnson. I think gave away the penalty. Was it Johnstone or something? I think it was the left back gave away the penalty or the defender. And as I said, literally brushed him. Guy went over, and Haaland duly takes the penalty and scores his 18th Premier League goal. 18th Premier League goal, guys. Can you believe it? I think in all competitions now, I think he's got 25 goals.
Could you imagine if he was allowed to continue throughout December before even January reach?
Thank God for the World Cup.
God for the World Cup. Let's face it, Salah's Premier League record is gone or going.
Yeah. I would probably say so. Absolutely ridiculous what you're seeing there. But but listen. Obviously, they go top of the table, and it's over to Arsenal, which we play on Sunday. We'll come to that and speak about that. But let's go to Leicester. They went away to Everton. Leicester on a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, they're a funny team, aren't they?
Yeah, funny team. They're up to 14th now. Yeah. But I'll tell you who's been scoring some goals. Tielemans. Did you see his goal?
Yeah.
Bradford, what a goal. That's 2 bangers now. Yeah.
People were doubting him, In the summer, people were like, he don't work hard and da. Listen, this Tielemans guy's a baller. You understand? And imagine with top coaching.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? Put him in a system like with Man United, with a coach like Ajax that played possession football, or Arsenal. I think he is such a vital player for them type of teams. Let him stay away from a club like Chelsea. Chelsea don't know what they're doing. But for a top club with a top coach, Yeah, I think so.
And the thing is, as I said, in the summer we was heavily linked with him, and we just literally right the way through the summer, and they decided not to go with him. And listen, he come January, he's got 6 months left on his contract. I heard rumours that they've gone into talks with Tielemans. Now, how true that is, I don't know. It might be just to protect his value, but I think, because just talking about Arsenal just quickly in terms of where we are and what we need to do to push on, because we need, and I'm saying Granit Xhaka is having a fantastic season, absolutely fantastic season. Thomas Partey, absolutely fantastic season. But going into the new year, we have to at least get 2 to 3 players for us to really stay with Man City, I believe, and to try and push on and try and get the try and see if we can get the title. I really do believe, because we're one injury away. Big, if it's not Thomas Partey, if it's Jesus, do you know what I mean? Even Granit Xhaka now, you know what I mean? Because they both Granit Xhaka and Partey are a mainstay right now. And if one of those two gets, so if you can get the likes of a Tielemans,
it's a hard window to buy now, no man.
Yeah,
it's a hard window.
It is a hard window, but listen, if, as I said, if you've got Tielemans who's in his the last 6 months of his contract, go and get him.
Yeah,
go and get him.
And surely a smart football team, if they know that he definitely is not going to sign, then you've got to pull the trigger.
I think he's not signing.
Yeah. I think there comes a point where you realise that you've hit your ceiling with a team like that, and you're not going to win much with them. You might survive relegation, but who wants to be in a team like that? Not now, in the peak of your career. You know what I mean? You want to go somewhere where you know you're going to be competing. And 6 months. Yeah, well, we see it a lot. We saw it with our guys. How many guys we let just walk out the door for free, man? Madness. I think we let 4 go for free this season in the summer. That's ridiculous, man. There's always some value in that, in your assets, and you allow these things. Oh yeah, I may sign. From the time the man don't sign, when the contract is healthy, then you know he probably ain't. He's finished his. You
got Zaha as well. Obviously his future is up in the air. He's in his last year, 6 months. Come January as well. You know what I mean? We want players that we know are going to hit the ground running. Not potential. Get those players in to get us over the line, and then we go again in the summer, because if we make Champions League, we are going to attract the better players. Simple as. And we will have the money to do that. So for me,
but you know what, the January transfer window is going to be interesting because of the World Cup, and it might spark players. Price tags to go a little bit higher.
So, absolutely, because they're going to be in the window, the shop window, and you know what's going to happen during this World Cup. You're going to have 1 or 2 players that are going to stand out, and then they're going to be
it's auction, isn't it?
It's auction.
It really is,
It's an audition. It's an
audition, and that's maybe one of the things that's going to possibly.
But Ezra, that is the right word, because it's an audition that turns into an auction.
Because January
the starting price is 50 million, and then you end up paying 95 for him. You're like, hold on, I thought it was 15 million you wanted for him.
Do you remember that World Cup? But I think, that Hammers guy. Do you remember the World Cup? But that was during the summer. And he was the main baller, the main man. Real Madrid buy him for extortionate money.
Yeah,
didn't really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
really kick it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the worry, because whilst you're there, you're playing for your country, playing in a tournament, knockout or whatever. You're going to give your all, but you know what I mean. Tournament football and playing a long season is 2 different things.
You have to remember as well. Apart from England side, these are the best players in the nation coming together to play for their teams. So the cream of the cream. Top players are only missing out if they get injured.
Yeah,
as we're seeing, like with your guy as Reece James, I kind of gutted for him because I rate Reece. I rate him a lot, but
he deserves it.
But Southgate has already sat him down already, which is mad, isn't it? It's like, okay,
the reports were that he'll be fit next week,
right?
And obviously he probably wouldn't be able to compete early tournaments still, but latter stages, if he's fit, you take him.
You take him, exactly.
You know what I mean? Latter stages. That's if we get there.
It's my a good coach, man.
But going back to Leicester, you know, they've kind of picked up a little bit of form, as I say. If you go back in the month of October, they drew with, it was the 15th of October, they drew with Crystal Palace 0-0. They beat Leeds 2-0. They go away to Wolves and beat them 4-0. Okay, they played really well against Man City. You know what I mean? Obviously played a low block, but played different, defensively done well, but then got caught out and lose that game 1-0, and they were playing at home as well. And then their last game, which was the Everton game, they go away and beat them 2-0. So, you know, they ended up, you know, moving up the table, I think, to 14th, I believe. They're now, they've moved up to 14th place, and Everton have dropped down to 16th. So, you know, maybe they're on a little bit of a resurgence now, and maybe you know, the Leicester hierarchy are glad that he's going in the right direction, because they're gonna pay out that kind of money to sack him. Do you know what I'm saying?
But no, if you look at that midfield of I'll call it that, Leicester. I mean, Harvey Barnes and Tillsman in that midfield, you know, that ain't no midfield, you know.
No, it's not.
And so when they were off key, you just knew that there was a background nonsense going on, because I think most players would take any of them three right now: Barnes, Maddison, or Tillsman. These guys have all got a goal in them. I mean,
Maddison. I mean, you know, there's 50-50 talk about him going to the World Cup or not.
Right.
Know, the guy is scoring up the place. You know what I mean?
Surely you take him, but
you take him. Yeah.
It's Gareth, isn't it? It's Gareth.
Gareth Northgate, mate. You know what I mean?
So it's like,
it is what it is.
I think in any other season you take Maddison, but now it's like he may not go. And like Ed says, has he pulled the trigger too early on Reece James? If he's going to be fit next week, or fit this week.
Well, Reece has obviously come out and tweeted, so he was the one that come out and tweeted saying he's gutted, like, you know, he's not going to be able to make the World Cup.
He's cut him loose, because he's had a conversation with him, hasn't he? He's had a conversation with him. He's called him and said, "Yeah, listen, I'm." So Gareth's trying to get in there early.
That kind of maybe opens the door for maybe someone like Ben White, who's having a phenomenal season, playing out of position in the right back position. You've got Trent Alexander. You know, I think it was Jamie Carragher or Gary Neville, I think, was saying that he wouldn't trust Trent in a knockout game for England. That's what I'm only saying what Gary Neville said.
It's just a big agenda against Trent.
Yeah, there is there. But if you look at it as well, though, Kofi, right? Like the World Cup is like playing Champions League football. It's a different kind of football to Premier League football. Yeah. So Trent knows how to play Champions League football. So why wouldn't you take him if you're looking for set pieces and all the rest, or what he gives you naturally?
In certain games, you have to look at Trent has the weapons to unlock teams, and it may not be every game that he's going to be consistent, but at least have him. But
it's that defensive part of his game. That's the problem. I noticed that he's been very conservative. I've noticed that in a couple of few games that he has been playing, he has kind of just kept back. He hasn't gone marauding forward and doing. No, I'm just saying what I see.
If you look at England, they play with a back three. So if you play with a back three and a holding one or two holding defenders, you're not looking for Trent and the other guy to really defending. You're looking at them as attacking wing backs. So that's why you take Trent, because you do play a back three, and you play a back three to protect people like Maguire with no pace. Yeah. And you play the holding of whatever. What's his name? And they said the ex-Leeds guy, not him. I can't remember who plays the holding for England now. But
Kevin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips, one of them. Yeah, he plays at least a back three, and he plays at least.
I mean, I haven't seen Calvin Phillips play for Man City. Is he fit? What's going on with that? Is he?
There's too many good players ahead of him.
God knows. Yeah. This is levels. Yeah. This is levels. You was bossing it at Leeds, but this is levels here.
Yeah,
like he probably has to sit for a season to see how
it all goes.
Like these teams play, because he's not getting ahead of Gundogan. He's not getting ahead of.
I mean, what do they pay for this guy?
45 million.
To just.
But
you
that's
have
where
to remember, you can't feel sorry for him. You know, you can't feel sorry for him either, because remember, his family told him not to come to Man U, so you can't really feel sorry for him. You made your choice to go sit on the bench, bro. How does that progress you? You know what I mean? Because you have to remember, our midfield's been very hit and miss until Casemiro came in. So Calvin would have come there and got bare game time.
Yeah. As
the holder, and to have two holders that you can rely on, and you can allow one of them to push forward whenever. If he come to Man United, he'd have got bare game time. But his family said, "Nah, you can't go over there. You can't go over to that scam."
So the thing is, City play with one holder, yeah,
right,
and that's Rodri.
Yeah, exactly.
City has bought Calvin in if Rodri needs a rest or he gets injured.
Yeah,
nothing else. As long as Rodri's fit, sorry, Cal.
Yeah, because the thing is, when we were in for him, we hadn't bought Casemiro yet. Casemiro was late in the window.
Yeah, that's right.
He had no pre-season with us. So you look at that and you're saying, okay, you've gone to Man City, brother, just red and blue, bro. So your family mugged you off at the end of the day, because now you're not even playing. That's how I see it. And I think, and like I say, if he goes with England, he's resting home. It's not game sharp going into a tournament, because Pep's had him watching from the sidelines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he played a couple of the cup games, I think, but that's it. Yeah. He ain't been a regular.
I know he's definitely, when he was injured anyway. So I just don't remember. I don't remember seeing him play. To be quite honest,
right?
To be perfectly honest, I don't remember seeing him play. I don't remember seeing him play. But look, it is what it is. But let's move on quickly. Southampton 1, Newcastle 4. The end of era for Mr. Hasselholt.
Yeah,
he's
man,
been halted. Newcastle right now, back to back, scoring. I think in the 4 games that they've played, they've scored something like 11 goals.
Right.
2 back-to-back 4-0. They
have a plus 17 goal difference, Norm.
Yep.
In third, plus 17 goal difference.
Yep.
And we are -1.
Big up, Junior. Yeah, man.
Man like Junior Martin.
But listen, we gotta be watching this side, Newcastle, because as I said, we spoke about it last week. They're a problem. They are a problem. Almirian scoring up the place. They haven't even got. They've got 2 of their players that are not even Isak and what's the other guy? St. Maximin.
St. Maximin.
When St. Maximin's back, that's a problem. That is a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a problem.
They're scoring goals, man.
Scoring goals all over. You know,
the thing is, they're
Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah,
they're not.
You know what I mean? Bruno Guimaraes. Joe Willock. You know, our ex-Arsenal, Chris Wood. They slapped up Southampton, and listen, Southampton have obviously relieved Arsenal, and you know they're linked with I think it's some guy from Luton, Nathan. Can't remember his surname.
It's a strange appointment if that goes.
Yes, it is. They're at the moment. No chili today, Mr. Junior. No chili today. I don't know where he is. I thought he was coming on, but listen, it is what it is. I think he's probably just dabbing his wounds after Liverpool. He might even come in the chat. Who knows?
But
they're causing problems.
You have to look at that even that bench, right? They got their club captain, Jamal Lascelles, that can't get a game, mate.
Can't get in.
Cannot get a game right now, and you're the club. And that's, you have to respect that, where a man said, "Listen, man, you're my captain, but boy, I need these defenders right now." You know what I mean?
Yeah. And is it Botman?
Yeah, Botman. Yeah. Botman, Burn. Shaw.
Listen.
Trippier.
Oh, he's doing business, and the thing about it, they're joint first with us in terms of the best defense, only conceding 11 goals.
Yeah.
So they've got such a balance in terms of their defense, their midfield. Bruno Guimaraes doing the business. and then you've got your players up front, Almiron, Wilson. You know, they're all mucking in with goals. They're all mucking in with goals. And the worry is that if they, you know, look, their first few games they were getting a lot of draws, but now they're starting to get. They've gone in their last 4 games. They've won their games.
But you know, the worrying thing is that they haven't even strengthened properly.
No.
They're not even there yet in terms of, you know, the real to the situation is they still got.
This tells me Eddie Howe's a great coach, though. Yeah. He's a great coach. He's got something, a tune out of these players.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, when he was appointed, I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, because Eddie Howe was linked with Arsenal. You know, okay, he managed Bournemouth for a good while, got them out of took them out the doldrums to the Premier League, played expansive football, but then with the budget that he had to work with, he done well to keep them in the league for so long, but you can only do so much. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then he ends up, getting a club like Newcastle, and his tactics, you can just see they like the way he manages. They like his tactics. You know what I mean? The players are really happy with the way
his attention to detail is quite deep. I mean, there's a video on YouTube of where he's got a mic on. They put a mic on him.
Okay.
At Bournemouth days.
All right.
And it's about 20 minutes long, but you don't have to watch all of it. But I was watching about 10 minutes, and the detail he does in training out of basic players is amazing. As even if you're not a non-footballer, you look at it and you think,
"Wow, I understand this. I get this."
Do you know what I mean? And if he's willing to put that on tape, imagine what he's saying off camera and off tape. You know what I mean? He's going even more.
Yeah.
So Eddie's probably one to be reckoned with. At the moment, I would even say he's better than Potter.
You read my mind, so I was just saying if Potter does get sacked, Eddie's always available.
You know what?
As a coach, 100%.
There's bare YouTube channels that are predicting that your guy Ez is gone by Christmas, and I'm saying, you can't be doing that. That's too much investment. They gave him 5 years, didn't they?
5 years.
Exactly. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
5 years. Yeah, but listen, you got Bowley. Yeah, you got Bowley.
No. Bowley ain't trying to waste money like that. Surely, they're trying to waste like that.
Listen, people are predicting it, man. They're predicting it.
No. Bowley's still the man. He's the closest thing to Abramovich out there. Trust me. In terms of at the way he's going on.
Playing Sterling at wing back. What's that all about, brother?
No, that's Potter. That's Potter. Listen, I couldn't even give my piece on that. Yeah. Potter needs to be careful, He needs to understand that this ain't Brighton.
Yeah.
I wish I could talk to David now. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
we all knew he was playing PlayStation, man.
No, but
PlayStation on the Premier League,
Listen, it's not Potter's fault. It's not his fault. He didn't ask to be here. You know what I mean? It was a one-time opportunity, and of course the man's gonna stay.
And he knew that he couldn't turn it down.
Simple. He's not going to turn that down. If he turns that down, it's one of them things that you look back in life and think, "Wow, should I take that?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you remember I was saying that. I was saying the same thing about Ollie. When Ollie came, and I said he had to take it, even though he knew he was out of his depth. It's like, listen, man, they're never going to quit again if I say no. Yeah. So as much as you know that he knows he's out of his depth, he's still going to try a thing. He's like, listen, I'm going to just try a thing, and however the dice fall, they fall.
I've got look, Bowley's won me over quickly. Don't get me wrong, he's won me over quickly, but he's an American brother. He don't understand English football. It don't work the same. He's a great businessman.
Don't understand soccer. Don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to quickly appoint one of them football directors.
Exactly.
And let them do all of the football decisions.
To step aside. Yeah.
He just needs to give me the wallet. Give us the wallet when it's time to pull out the wallet. Like what he's clearly shown he can do in the summer, by spending 250 million or whatever he spent. And let the pros do what they need to do quickly. The man sacked Petr Cech. The man sacked Marina. These people that knew what they were doing. No. I knew something. I'd smell a fish when he couldn't get Rafinha across the line.
Well, I think Petr Cech has now found his level. Now he's gone over to ice hockey.
Has he?
He's always been there. He was doing that whilst he was at Chelsea.
All right.
I know. Yeah. He's like the director. He's something director for is he some director for the ice hockey team, innit? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, it's like I keep telling them to go and get Edwin and stop flirting with him. If you want Edwin, go and get Edwin. When Man United, innit? But it's again letting go of the reins, letting go of the football reins. Let go of the football reins. You man slide over and stay in the commercial lane and let the football man do what they're supposed to be doing.
But you know what? Yeah, with Potter, we have no choice but to stick with him. No choice.
Yeah.
The decisions made, we can't do nothing about Tuchel right now.
Yeah.
But why should we trust the process when we shouldn't even be in a rebuild? This time, in 2021, won't ever forget it because the year I got married.
Trust the process.
Well, you're trusting the process all now. Don't start.
Process cheese.
It's until you finish the season, Norms.
Process cheese.
And you finish outside of Europe,
Process. Oi.
Exactly.
Yes, son.
All we need is a Jesus and a Saliba injury.
He's got a hater here, but he's a hater, man. He's got a hater on there right now.
You have to remember, Norm, just like us, you ain't got no bench, just like us.
It's true. That's two injuries.
Them key man got to stay.
No, and that's why I keep saying. And
I hope Partey has, an okay World Cup,
Listen, he needs to have a good World Cup, boy. You're Ghanaian brother, bro. Come on.
You don't want to. Yes, I'm saying, but you don't want to see any of them man leaving no stadium on crutches. That's all I'm saying.
No.
You'll lose your mind as a Premier League fan, and you don't want to see any of them. You're like, is he on crutches? Yeah. Nah, bro. You'll lose your mind.
It's true. It's true. But this is what, man. Then before we move on, I don't understand this trust the process and building over the next few years thing. This club, last year, I got married last year, 2021. We'll never forget it. I got married and I won the Champions League and I won the Super Cup all in the same year, 2021.
Right. And now you're trusting the process.
2022, all of a sudden, am I in a rebuild? I don't understand.
No.
I don't understand. What? Because 2 and 3 players go? I don't know. That's not how it works.
Exactly.
That's not how it works.
You lost Abramovich. That's what it was about. You lost Abramovich, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
No. But Abramovich was just the money. When we think about it, Abramovich weren't really pulling strings like that. You know what I mean? He was just the money man. You go and buy whoever. This guy's doing the same thing. 250 million he spent this summer.
And that remember, Chelsea, the biggest spenders last season. Yeah, their net spend was 205 million. I think it was 205 million. Liverpool's net spend was 4 point something million last season. Yeah. So you look at that 205 million net spend. I think what they spent was like 270 million. And I get your frustration. How are we in?
What rebuild is this? I don't understand. What trust the process is this? I don't understand. If you're doing a rebuild, surely you appoint the manager that's going to do the rebuild and get him the players rather than get the old manager his players and then sack him to bring in another manager to take it on. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why this season, as much as I want to go, Chelsea, I'm like, I don't know what to expect. You don't know which one's going to turn up. You know what I mean?
Is that a bit like Man United as well, D? Are you kind of in this similar boat in terms of you don't know?
No, for me, we're in a rebuild. 11 players went out. 11 players went out, and 5 or 6 came in. Now, I got also man in my other group telling me, nah, D, that's not a rebuild. Bro, 11 players went out, and 6 new ones came in. That's a rebuild with a new manager. He's been here 3 months. That's a rebuild. It's not an excuse. Now, if I look at that, Norm, the loss at the weekend was his first loss in 11 games, and man wants him gone. With all them injuries. And I'm like, look who's injured. Guys, relax. Like, this is going to be a roller coaster year. You're going to have to take that Aston Villa loss. I didn't like it, but I'm still... You have to remember, this old, this gold badge is 10 years old. We need a title. Let the man rebuild. I'm just being truthful. Let the man rebuild,
But D, if you win the Europa or the Champions League or the title last year, and you have these players, or you have these changes. Yeah. Surely you don't call it a rebuild.
You don't. No. You know but we were trashed and still. But it's what I said this. We were trashed, scraped into Europa. So that tells me how poor the league was. We had no business scraping into Europa or even conference, to be fair. But yet we did. So what does that say about the team still on our backsides, basically. You know what I mean?
Thanks to West Ham. Yeah, thanks to West Ham.
Right, yeah. West Ham bottled it because I tell you, I would not be watching no conference football. Stop that. No. I can barely bring myself to watch Europa on a Thursday night. Thursday night's supposed to be watch a movie with China before I go work and thing. I put my feet up. I'm there watching Europa League football. Come on, man. Should be like football again. It's like football every night.
That takes us nice. That takes us nicely onto West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. Should Moyes be worried?
Moisey.
He's side at the. I mean, listen, that goal. Look, Antonio broke on Crystal Palace, and he had to play. All he had to do was just. I mean, square the ball. Yeah, he decided that he was going to cross it, and ends up the keeper catches it, and literally from the keeper throwing it out, they go down the other end, score in the 90. Well, basically injury time, 94th minute injury time.
94th minute, yeah.
And lose 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Michael Alusi scoring goal, assist by Wilfred Zaha, who got the equaliser. Yeah. West Ham did take the lead through Ben Rama. But it was very much, there was a game years ago where Antonio, all he had to do was keep the ball. I don't know if you remember, he had to keep the ball in that half, and he was messing about with the ball. They took the ball off of him, because I think the game ended up.
He's got previous, hasn't he?
He's got previous. And listen, the camera panned on his face after. He's like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And, Crystal Palace go on and win that game 2-1. Listen, David Moyes, people are saying that, fans are saying, like, he's under a bit of pressure now. He's managed to get himself out of the drop zone. But, when the press are sort of pressing him, especially I think it was after the Man United game, where you beat them 1-0. Was it 1-0 you beat them, D?
Yeah, 1-0.
And the thing about in that game, it was almost like West Ham only decided that they're gonna turn up after they went to go down. Very similar to our Tottenham play. Do you know what I mean? And second half, they were peppering your goal. It's only David De Gea kept you in that game.
Again,
you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think when they were sort of pressing him about the game, he was saying, "Well, you're expecting too much from us. You know what I mean? For us to go to Man United and he's
trying to take pressure off himself, isn't he?
He can't.
Yeah, he's trying to take pressure off himself by
if he had gone into that game. You know what I'm trying to say. So look, they ended up losing that game.
What are they now, Norman? They are 15th now.
15th,
15th, yeah.
15th, yeah.
On the same points as Everton.
There's a few
points as Everton,
teams on 14 points.
14,
Everton,
Leicester, Everton, West Ham,
I think they've got a slightly worse goal difference than Leicester. I think -3, and Leicester got -2. All right then. We've talked about Southampton, Newcastle. We talked about West Ham, Crystal Palace. Let's move to your team, D. I know we kind of touched on it briefly, and the whole thing about being a rebuild and that. And to be, in all honesty, I mean, mate, 2-0 down after
11 minutes.
11 minutes, mate. Can you care to explain Wagwan?
I didn't watch the game, by the way, so this is the only one I don't know much about.
Right.
I didn't watch it either. I didn't watch it.
For me, right, I think this is probably one of the apart from the first two where he had to let certain man just play for them to know that you're gonna have to hold bench. So the first two, I have to just not really bother about them first two losses. I think since them first two losses, this one Ten Hag got horribly wrong. And this is why I say that, right? From I've been watching United, Rashford has never been able to play on the right side, on the right wing.
Yeah.
It's just not what he does. But because you're trying to shoehorn him into the team, because for whatever reason, you're obsessed with playing the young kid, right? Mm. Now, if anyone needs to be put in a position that he's uncomfortable in, is the new kid and not Rashford. People say, oh, he's a senior player, he should adapt. Listen, he plays through the middle, right? And he offers you what he offers you. He plays through the left and he's a half-decent player. You put him on the right, you get nothing from him. So straight away, you mess up there. Donny. Right, I love Donny. I think Donny's a nice guy. To what people are saying to me, he's not good enough.
No.
Four managers can't be wrong. 4 managers ain't started this guy, and he's got out 5. If you
he went out on loan to Everton, and he didn't get a look in either.
So 5 then. So that's 5.
Can I point out that this is his ex-manager as well?
Yeah.
Right. So this is your ex-boss. You've played for 4 different managers, and no one fancies you. He's forced into it because of the Bruno situation. So he plays him, and for me, I'm just saying, play the whole. Even though Ericsson looked tired, Norm.
Yeah, he did.
It's like somebody teeth his art reactor boy. Like he didn't put it in the morning. He looked very leggy. Leggy, and I went, he's overplaying him. He's this is not a free transfer that you're overplaying. No, that's not Ten Hag's fault. Like you can only work with what he's got. But for me, what he has to do then, he's got no Bruno. You've got to play Ericsson in 10. And then you play either Fred or McSauce in a double pivot with Casemiro. You protect yourself because you've got tired legs. And I
think Casemiro, looked, from what I heard, that Casemiro was probably your best player.
Yeah, and even then he gave the ball away a few times, which wasn't like him.
What about Martinez? I heard there was a few criticisms at Martinez.
Yes,
this was probably one of his poorest games.
And this is what I look at it, Norman. There's a balance between tired legs and I'm going to the World Cup. And you saw it in his performance. So between the tired legs, I'm going to the World Cup, and the Villa new manager about. Everyone wants to
good evening.
Because honestly, it was like I found the stream. By the time I found the stream, we were 1-0 down. By the time I come back with my cup of tea, sat down, bam, 2-0. I said, Lord have mercy. It's 11 minutes. Come on,
Can you pass me some brandy, Machina? Pass me some brandy, please.
And I said, this ain't us today. And even when we got the goal back, I thought, all right, we got the goal back. And literally, and that was on the death of half time, we got that goal back. Couldn't even sit down good in the second half. Bam, 3-1. I went, And then I looked at you lot go. This is not my goal. I keep telling you lot go, right? And he start. I remember I said, just keep starting him. He'll expose himself. What's he offering, guys? If you watch the game, what did he offer?
I mean, the only thing he did offer was a good wrestling match with Mings.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, that was really fun. Now, again, I want to go back to
broke him up,
I want to go back to Ref Watch and they were saying. I mean, when you looked at that scuffle, because I didn't see the game. I only saw some still pictures. Was that a yellow card? Were they both yellow carded, or should they both got seen red and gone? What I mean, when you look,
no, you know what? It was handbags at 10. Handbags at 10 paces. When I used to work the door, I saw worse than that in the clubs, and we didn't throw them out. We just said, right, you're going to be in that side of the club, and you're going to be in that side. Happens again, and you're both out. Yeah, I think the yellow cards were fair. But Ronnie spends more time on the floor or more time with the hands in his hair, and the audacity to give him the armband after what's gone down. Man, I was vexed when I saw that.
Now I'm confused.
And now I realise that.
Yeah. How are the players feeling about that though? I mean,
Ten Hag it's been tugged on. He got tugged, right? And they told him, bro, sponsorship ain't happy with you, mate. Right? Too many people are coming there to see the goat. And you got him on the bench. You got to start him. You got both your captains out. Give him the armband and let him lead his team out. I think he's deserved that before the World Cup. Now, even he is playing in a let me preserve myself for the World Cup mode.
Yeah.
Because there came a point where he weren't trying. You just got to, and then he didn't want to take him off Norman because what? He's wearing the armband. And I'm like, this is ugly. So for me, it was ugly all around. Lindelof is too soft. He's soft. Yeah. Just too soft. So you got a Martinez who's overplayed.
Yep.
You got a Lindelof who's too soft. I mean, Luke Shaw and Delort are trying to give what they're giving. I think they've had fairly decent seasons. More Delort than
Shaw.
Yeah, more Delort than Shaw. But yeah, when I look at it, I think I'm trying to see on the bench. On the bench, yeah, he had. Some Martial's on the bench.
Yeah.
If you're fit for the bench, you're fit to play, man. I'm sick of this. Yeah. I'm trying to get back. Now, even if you say
Ronaldo tax.
Right. And so like I say, I wouldn't have played Donny in the 10. I would have played Ericsson in the 10. I would have either whoever he fancies out of McSauce, whoever's been the best in training out of McSauce and Fred, you put them next to Casemiro in the holding, and you protect Lindelof more than you protect Martinez. Lindelof did the protecting, and that means a double pivot. Yeah. So I think since the first 2 losses, like I said, this is first where I think a lot of this is on the manager. Yeah, he got it wrong. Yeah, the team was very unbalanced.
Yeah,
and because I said to you guys, you just got to play around. Keep playing him until he shoots himself in the foot. And if I'm like Man United, the fans now agree with me. You got to get him gone in January, but do the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's talk that it's resurfacing again that he will go, and I don't know if it's his old club, Sporting Lisbon. I've heard again he's been linked with them again. So, but
it can't be a loan, Norman. I don't want to pay his wages.
Yeah,
if he's gone, he's gone.
He's gone.
Clear out his locker, everything. You know what I mean? And we don't retire the number 7 shirt. If you never retired it for Best or Eric Cantona and their man, then you don't retire it for him either. You know what I mean? It's open season, and whoever we get, whoever we get as number 7.
Yeah.
But, I mean, take the thing from Villa as well. Take the thing from Villa.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Villa came out to impress their new boss, and they did it. Yeah. I mean, my brother-in-law has been a season ticket holder for Villa 32 years. Wow. So, yeah, man, he just cooked me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. I mean, would you have looked at? Did you expect? Was this a shock result for you? Did you have a feeling that going into this game, because a lot of Man United fans were saying, yeah, there's no problem, we'll go there, get the 3 points. Or was you a bit worried because obviously the new manager and the thing about Unai Emery?
I was concerned because I think, like I said, bar the starting 11, the bench is very hit and miss.
Right, yeah.
And it's only Martial that I think we've been missing.
Yeah.
Just to be a bit better up front.
Unai Emery has got a good what's the name against you guys? Record against you guys.
There's no way I was thinking we're going to go there and just turn them over just because I knew who wasn't going to be playing.
Just quickly, do you think that Unai Emery will? Because he's a very good tactician.
Yeah.
He, as I said, he won Villarreal the Europa League. It was the first time they won it in their history, a European Cup. Do you think? Because Unai Emery, I know when he was managing Arsenal, very kind of pragmatic football. So, do you think that's probably again that's what he's going to bring to Villa? Maybe hard to beat, very organised. Yeah. Is that what you think that he will probably bring to Villa? They're going to be hard to beat at home, but maybe away from home, he'll probably have them sitting back.
You know what, Norm? They actually pressed quite well. They pressed us quite well,
Okay.
I mean, there were times we played out of it,
and
there were times we were just kicking out of it because we're panicking now. Just get it out of there, get it off the field, and so we were losing the ball in horrible places, and they didn't let us. They didn't give us time on the ball, so that for me surprised me that they did. It wasn't like it was pressing all the time, but when they pressed, it worked.
Yeah,
it worked. So it's kind of. I was disappointed because I said to you guys last week, as long as we just keep pace, I didn't want to go to Villa and lose, but then it didn't surprise me that we did lose. Because like I say, once you take those key players out, I mean, no Varane, no Anthony, no Martial, straight away I start to get worried.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I start to get worried and the work, and we missed the work rate of Bruno frustrates me.
Yeah.
But he's not lazy on the pitch.
No, he's not.
And he got to miss that game because of the card, innit?
Yeah, and then there were times you wouldn't even know that Van der Beek was on the pitch, bro. Yeah, I think it's time to cut our losses. If someone wants him in the summer, not the summer, in January, I would let him go in January. I would. I don't see a future, and that's not me not hating on him.
It's just
I'm just being honest.
Doesn't seem to fit. Yeah.
I've seen enough to know that because he's booked up a bit, Norm. And maybe I thought, okay, he's booked up for the toughness
of physicality,
yeah. But he didn't seem to offer anything. He looked lost.
Listen, it is what it is. Aston Villa 3, Man United 1. I don't know if Ezra was going to say something quickly before we move on to Tottenham Liverpool.
News for you both, actually. Because you talk about Man United. Varane has made the World Cup squad for France.
Wow.
That's it. I think he's been aiming for that all the while. You know what I mean? That
it's his
because it looked like you know what I mean? It was
even today I saw Pogba dancing in his front
of his son, and
and basically saying the knees are back. So this is a message to the French coach to say, bro, don't count me out. Watch me dance. My knees are good now. Honestly, this guy, man. I love Paul, but come on.
Pogba didn't make it. Pogba didn't make it. No.
Oh, wow. That's political right there.
Norms, Saliba made it.
See,
of course he did. He's in the squad.
Of course.
Very good.
Of course, my brother. Just don't get injured, Saliba. Don't get injured, please.
Wow.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to Liverpool. Tottenham.
Salah.
Go. Salah. Mo Salah. Running down the wing. How's the song go? Mo Salah.
Mo Salah. Running down the wing, Salah, Egyptian king.
Look, Kofi's back. Look,
he's back. He's back for more. He's back for more.
We have been on such a roller coaster so far this season, and to go to Tottenham and to get those 3 points, because in the second half we were sweating. It was backed against the wall.
Yeah.
And when Kulusevski came on, the
minute
game
and a
changed.
half. Assist.
Yeah.
Kane gets the goal.
In the Kofi, why didn't he start? If they're fit for the bench, why aren't they fit to start? I don't get it.
You'd have to ask Chile that. Chili's not here to defend.
Chile has to answer those questions.
But this was said about Martial as well, Norm. The same thing. If Martial's fit for the bench, then...
But why would Kofi care? I mean, at the end of the day, they were. Tottenham were missing.
I just wanted 3 points, and
exactly.
I said to Norms, this game could go either way. It could be a loss, or it could be a win for them. It was one of those games that both teams probably needed those points just to get themselves in some sort of position. Liverpool more so, because Liverpool are languishing in the middle of the table at the moment, really. Yeah. But I was happy, but then it's that consistency thing again. And are we gonna then go to? I think we've got Southampton coming up this weekend, and are we gonna win there, or are we gonna have a defeat and then we're back to square one? So
Kofi, you man's is 8th for the game in hand, 19 points.
Yeah, I
so
know, but
you're not off the pace,
We've still got to win the games, and the thing is, if we just dropping points.
Listen, you hear pundits saying, "Oh yeah, Liverpool, don't write them off," and I heard that, but I don't see them going on a 10-game streak run and all that. I don't think they've got the players to do that no more. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Mo Salah's finding his feet and everything. He's he ends up scoring 2 goals. Obviously, a lovely assist from Eric Dyer in the 40th minute. You know what I mean? Nunes with the assist in the first goal in the 11th minute. They were feeding Nunes down that left-hand flank, you know what I mean? Because he was playing.
And I think that position suits him. I really do, because he's coming into a little bit of rhythm, and he just needs a little bit more consistency and knowing his positioning. But he looks like he's found a place where he's going to be happy playing in that position week in, week out. So no, absolutely. And as I said, Tottenham were missing a few players, and some would say that if Tottenham did have their front three, including obviously with Kulusevski playing as well, it might have been a different game. You know what I mean? But you got to play what's in front of you. And again, it's a game of, I call 2 halves. Tottenham only turn up again, play 45 minutes, and then they go goal down, and then they turn up, and it's the same old. Conte making a lot of noise, and I think even the other day, when I say the other day, I think it was yesterday, they asked him about, I think it was Chelsea and another club that they're in a process thing and a transition, and he was kind of saying, well, listen, if they're in a transition, what is Tottenham doing then? So he's having throwing out little innuendos and little digs at the board to say, listen, I'm not happy. I need players. I need more players and stuff like that. But then at the same time, is he telling his players to go out, be conservative or pragmatic in the first half, and listen, when they start playing, they're a good side to watch.
Yeah, but no, playing,
he played Perisic in the song role.
Listen, he had.
I was shocked when I saw that. I was like,
yeah,
what?
But if you look at the team, it was primarily made up of defensive players.
Yeah,
you're playing at home. As expression says, he was playing a Christmas tree formation. I think it was 8-1-1. I mean, that's mad.
Yeah.
You know, we used to throw that at the likes of Mourinho. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we know that Tottenham, they're under Pochettino and other managers in the past, they were an expansive, free-flowing, football team. Now all of a sudden, they're more of a team that play on the counter attack and are very much pragmatic. And they've had 3 pragmatic managers: Nuno, Mourinho, and now Conte. We don't know what the future holds, because at the end of the day, we're still waiting for Conte to sign his contract. I said it last week or the week before that, if he doesn't sign, what does that mean for the future of Son and the future of Harry Kane? Will they put pen to paper? Or is it a case of, well, listen, if the hierarchy don't back Conte and they finish, I mean, people have still gotten to finish in the top 4. But if they don't, what next? What next for Tottenham? But listen, they ended up losing again at home, to Liverpool, and Kofi is a happy man. And we will just quickly touch on FSG, twist or stick or twist. And the reason why I've said that is we're now hearing that Liverpool are up for sale, or FSG looking to possibly put Liverpool up for sale. FSG, they bought Liverpool back in 2010, 300 million. If they do sell, they're likely to make 14 times or 13 times what they bought it for. Something like, I think they want something like 4 billion. There's a number of
4 billion. 4 billion.
Yeah. There's a number of people out there that are like rubbing their hands together and saying, and I mean, if an Arab consultant get hold of them, mate, we could be in trouble.
No,
we've got Newcastle, Man City, and then now if Liverpool, and I know back in 2007, I think it was DIC Consortium, that was an Arab consortium, went in for them. And I think apparently the guy, I can't remember his name, he's a big Liverpool supporter, but for whatever reason, that was before FSG, because after FSG bought them in 2010. I think it was who was the owners before that nearly put Liverpool under
Hicks and Gillett.
Gillett, Hicks and Gillett, yeah. So Kofi, just quickly in chat, what are your thoughts on this thing? Is it a case of are they going to sell, or do they just want more investment? Because one of the thing about with Liverpool, and when it comes to their selling of players and buying players, they're a team that like to break even, which we can see. You only got to look at the 2022 season where they had a net spend of 4-point-something million. They're one of these teams that like to sell players and break even, and they've done that well with the likes of Coutinho. You know what I mean? They tend to have a low net spend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you have to come to the point and ask yourselves, were the owners willing to spend enough to bolster the squad to make it assured that we can have 2 teams playing? Because at the end of the day, yes, they're probably looking at it from a business standpoint that, we need to make money for ourselves as well as allowing the team to progress and be where they are right now. But then also, they've got other investments or establishments on their books. So, where does Liverpool fall in terms of priority?
I mean, and I think that's Liverpool got money. They have got money, but as I said, they're the sort of owners that obviously want to make sure that the players that they sell, because listen, they're very good at selling players and getting decent money for players that are sitting in the B team, or do you know what I mean, or like under 23s. Brewster, look what he went for Sheffield United, 20-something million. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah, but the thing is, if it weren't for Klopp bringing out the talent of Brewster,
it's Klopp. Yeah, the thing about Klopp,
they spent very well, haven't they?
Yeah.
They spent very well.
They spent very well, and the tactician of Klopp and obviously his coaching ability has made these players much better than what they are. So they're not like a Man City there, you know, or Chelsea or Man United that are gonna. Well, Man United, I'll say more Chelsea that will just go out and say, "Oh, I'm having that player because they've got the money to do it." Do you know what I mean? Liverpool have probably got like the sort of same model as say Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? No, I'll tell a lie there because Arsenal, when it comes to selling their players, they let their players go for free. We don't get no money for themselves. Forget that. But I think the model that Chelsea have is that break-even kind of model. Do you know what I mean? And if they haven't got the money to spend, they just haven't got the money to spend. It's either they sell players to then bolster. So when they do go in for a decent player, that's what it is at the moment. And maybe they've now got to just bring in your root cause here. Yes, root cause, what you're saying. Mr. Stream again. Yeah. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. But yeah, I just lost my train of thought now. Man. What was I saying about what was I just saying there? Just lost my train of thought with regards to Liverpool.
The net spending.
Yeah.
But you know what, Norm? I was chatting to my friend Phil that's come on here quite a few times. Hardcore Liverpool fan. And he said that morally he would prefer to stick with FSG because he said they've kept the club safe, even though they probably could have given Klopp some more money. But he's saying that they are the least richest out of the big six owners, as in what they can just drop on in a transfer window. And like they've always looked to sell on good assets and use that money to strengthen the squad. And maybe they got this season got out the cycle a little bit where they probably should have moved on some players a year ago. And
I think I think that's the problem. I think they've hung on to players, and now we're in this situation here. I mean, listen, if you look at the 7 years or so that Klopp has been there, you know, he's won a Super Cup, European Cup, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the Premier League. Yeah, I mean that's a good return. Do you know what I mean for a club that?
And some would criticize that he should have won more than one title. But it's like anything. It's like, you know, you could say that in basketball for the guys that were playing when Michael Jordan was playing. You'd be like, hold on, Mike was playing. When you were playing at your peak, so was Mike and that Bulls team that was pretty much unstoppable because they went to the finals 6 times and won 6 times. So when you look at what the money Pep had and the money that Klopp had and the squad that Man City had and the squad that Liverpool had and Liverpool still competed with them, you have to Klopp to say, Bri, you ain't getting nowhere near that kind of money, but you were still on their necks all the way to
and competing.
So you know, I'm sure if they turn around to Klopp and said, right, here's 400 million to strengthen in the summer, you're going to see a beast of a Liverpool team. Because you have to remember as well, in the process, and Kofi will know this, Liverpool have extended 3 stands. They've only got the cop end to do now.
That's right.
Right. So everything the summer have been gradually increasing their capacity. I mean, there's rumours that they still may end up leaving Anfield at some point. I don't know if that is still going to be the case, but for now, the next project will be to extend the cop end and increase whatever they're going to increase that to another 5 or.
Well, I mean, the issue with the cop is probably because there's residentials behind.
The cop.
So that is going to cause a little bit of difficulty in terms of will they be able to persuade those residents
or the council as well,
to be moving to other houses so that they can then extend that side and create new roads to go into the stadium.
That's
so
right,
I mean that's been one of the main issues. That's been one of the main issues why Liverpool haven't built the new stadium when they had the opportunity to, and they probably should have taken that opportunity at that time.
Yeah, that's what I said, because Stanley Park, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's right, they built Stanley Park.
Was that going to be a shared thing?
Well, initially it was Norman, wasn't it? But they reckon that both sets of fans and both clubs weren't really feeling doing what the land team do. I kind of get it. You have your own stadium. It works for some. I mean, you know, we could have just like, turned Old Trafford into literally a theatre with nice posh flats and gone and shared with City in that stadium and we'd actually fill it and like City. You know what I mean? We'd actually fill that stadium every week. But then it's the thing of this is our home. And you know what I mean? You know, you're gonna walk down the tunnel and you can't touch this is Anfield side because it's no longer Anfield. This kind of thing, you know what I mean? But
politics, red tape, and everything.
Yeah.
So, Kofi, just quickly because we're running out of time. So, what are your thoughts in terms of do you want FSG to stick around or do you want new owners?
Well, I mean, I did say before in the chat that maybe FSG have done or gone as far as they can take Liverpool, and I feel that they probably could have spent a little bit more or invested a little bit more in the team, but you know they can only work with what they really wanted to work with just to balance the books. So now I'm in the sway of they've done what they can, and we need new ownership
and a manager as well.
No. I mean, Klopp is good. Klopp is good. I'm not on the look. Yeah, I said I was on the fence, but I mean that's because he just lost his way a bit because of he hasn't had the facilities to really spend.
Kofi, you don't need to explain to us, mate. You don't need to explain to us.
I think he got frustrated, Kofi, didn't he? I think he got frustrated.
Yeah. Kofi was a little frustrated
because he knew that he should have been able to buy 2 new midfielders in the summer as well. Yes, it's a lot of new players.
He's looking at his midfield. He's looking at his midfield and he's saying, this is really detrimental to how our season is right now.
And FSG is saying, bro, can't help you right now, bro. Can't help you right now. But listen, let's see what happens. If you do end up getting new owners, I mean, listen, the speculation is going to go on, come through the World Cup, and then obviously when the new season starts, they have to have somebody in place. So we'll just have to watch this space to see what happens. I mean, some are saying that they're looking for new investment, or some are saying that they're probably going to end up, I think they want something like 4 billion for the club. So we'll see what happens in that front.
They'll probably get 3.
Yeah. Jazz is saying represent Kofi there. So let's quickly now move on to the game. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1. Ez has turned off his camera. Well, sorry, I've got a bit of it. Let me just drink some water. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1. Sorry, let me just drink some of his tears.
Some Chelsea tears, huh?
Yeah, it's a bit salty at the moment. I'm hoping that he's
all right.
So listen, let's just go. Sunday, first early kickoff, 12:30 kickoff.
Norman, let's have your presentation. I know you got a presentation,
but just before order. Now, the thing is, coming out of the pressure, coming off the back of Man City cheating their way into getting a penalty, and the pressure is on Arsenal to go away to Chelsea. Mind you, saying that we have got a good in the last 3 seasons, Arteta has got a really good record against Chelsea, drawing and winning 3 times. At Chelsea, and we go there 1-0 to the Arsenal. It wasn't. You look at that scoreline. For me, it flattered us. Chelsea. I mean, I think we could have scored more. Ramsey didn't really have a lot of work to do, or Ramsdale, should I say, didn't really have a lot of work to do. We pretty much controlled the game without hurting Chelsea. You know what I mean? Because obviously, Jesus missed a sitter header. Odegaard had a chance. Saka. So there was a couple of chances that we had. Do you know what I mean? But Chelsea didn't really, really hurt us as such. And going into that game, I was a little bit nervous because the fact that we're now second and we need to now, go there and say, look, let's respond to the Man City result. And the mentality monster what Arsenal got this season is absolutely brilliant. We go there and win that game. It was one of the, in terms of defensively, You know what I mean? Even though we weren't under a lot of, because we was good with the ball and without the ball. Thomas Partey controlling the game. Granit Xhaka, William Saliba, man of the match, absolutely brilliant. There was one point in that game, even though Kai Havertz was offside, Kai Havertz had a 4-yard start on Saliba. Man, not only caught up, passed him, got the ball, controlled him, and did what he did. And I think he even had the audacity to give a thumbs up to the Arsenal fans. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But so as you can see, running along the bottom, or should I say, my schedule was nothing personal. Auba, was it a bridge too far? So Ez, was it a bridge too far for Mr. Auba?
Now, where's the presentation then?
Huh? What are you talking about? Where's the presentation?
The one of his face.
Everyone's seeing this. Is everyone seeing this?
The one of his face.
You see when Norman does this, yeah, he's loading something up. You know what I mean? He's trying to keep the poker face whilst he's doing the right hand clicks. Yeah. So everything right now is
he going to show Uber's face?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. You see. That's brilliant. Hey, listen. This ain't my king. It's all right. It's not my king. Look. He's got the Arsenal whatever number 14 tattooed on him. This is your king. This is your king, dog. You know what I mean?
Not
my king.
Is Charnel there? Is Charnel there? Yeah?
She's downstairs.
She's downstairs. Did Charnel say to you it's nothing personal? Is just go to work.
It isn't.
Right? It's nothing personal. You know, look, he went on BT Sports. He said, look, I know, listen, I heard that BT Sports talked him into it, but brother, come on.
Listen, man.
It's nothing personal. Yeah. Was it a bridge too far for Mr. Auba? As you can see, he had 8 touches in the game. Yeah, 3 tackles.
Poor.
Yeah. 3 tackles and no passes.
No,
yeah. And after 64 minutes, he's as you can see, sitting on the bench with his arms folded. Looks like he doesn't even want to be there. Ez, talk to me, brother.
All right, look. This is going to start from the top. Aubameyang. Thanks, but no thanks. You know, 8 touches when you've got a point to prove. If you can't get up for this game, there's no game you can get up for.
Nope, exactly.
Aladi?
Totally agree. Totally agree with you.
If there's any game, forget Chelsea, yeah? Yes, Norms, have a drink, sir. Have a drink, thirsty drinks. Yeah?
Yeah, he was chatting about drinking them salty tears. You know what I mean?
Salty.
There ain't no crying from me. Trust me. There ain't no crying from me.
Yes, man. Jonathan, what you saying, bro? Goal in Ketia. What you saying?
1-0 to the Arsenal. Listen, there ain't no tears from me. Listen, just last year I've been lifting trophies. It's normal now. It's no, there ain't no.
Hold on a minute. Sorry.
But hear this.
Karen talking. It's Karen.
That's all right, Norms. When Chile comes for you, man, it's all right, man. I'm gonna leave it all to Chile, and I want everyone to clip it. Clip this. D.
Have you got any salt and pepper?
Yes, bro. Clip it. Yes, Norms. This is how Arsenal fans carry on. You see, when Norms tries to carry on humble, we ain't won. This is the real character.
Guys, listen. You know what? I'm paying homage to our Auba and S drinking out of a blue canister.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We're clipping it. That's all right, Norms. Sorry. Go on.
Your assessment of the game. Sorry.
No, as I was saying, let me set the scene again for you lot. Yeah, this Sunday, me and my lovely wife.
I tell you, D. I tell you, just a minute. You know that D. He's a little crafty boy. You know. Yeah, he's got in there. Liverpool free Southampton. Yeah, this guy is hanging on to that W. You know, listen, bro. Come on, Southampton, deal with them.
I'm leaving Man City for the anthem, innit? For the training party.
Sorry, Ed. Sorry for cutting you, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I was setting the scene that on Sunday, me and my wife decided to watch this game together.
Praise the Lord.
We was meant to be at church on Sunday, and we said, you know what?
Pastor Prim.
No. We was meant to be at church on Sunday, and we said, you know what, it's been a busy time. Let's have a quality time and watch the Arsenal Chelsea match. Keeping in mind, she's an Arsenal fan for people that don't know, and I'm a Chelsea fan, which everyone knows. So during the match, Arsenal obviously score, and my wife is trying to be respectful and not celebrate. And then I said, no, you're making it worse by not celebrating. Celebrate. And she screamed down the house.
Did she say it was nothing personal?
Listen, Norm, I've never been in this predicament in my life. Because when she's offering me drink, tea, food, and I can't eat it because I'm vexed. No, I can't eat it. Man them, you're not here. I can't eat the food. I'm there vexed.
Was your dinner cooked well? The sweet thing.
Everything sweet. Everything was extra sweet. The drink was bubble. I'm bitter. Not D. I'm there playing with the rice and peas, brother. I'm there playing with the rice and peas, brother.
She put some Arsenal love in that.
Listen, the food tastes good, but I couldn't eat it. You understand? Anyway, I've never been in this predicament because my wife's so happy and I'm vexed. And it's because Arsenal and Chelsea have divided us. Now, listen. A 1-0 jammy goal. I'd rather it be a banger.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me feel like this Chelsea team's fickle. This Chelsea, this Potter guy he don't know what he's doing. You know what Potter said after the match? Yeah, man. The boys gave everything today. What they give you? What match did you watch?
Yeah.
What match did you watch? At the bridge.
That's a cop out, innit? That's a cop out, innit? At the bridge, yeah.
D, I was listening. They said it's quiet at the bridge. All you could hear is Arsenal fans singing Chelsea chants. Arsenal fans in the little corner. I said, nah, Potter's got Arsenal fans jumping at the bridge. Nah. And saying that the players gave everything today. They gave everything. If that's everything, what we aiming for? Oh my goodness! In this wing back stuff he's doing with Sterling and he needs to stop it. Sterling just needs to play.
He's making Sterling look awful, isn't it? He's making him look awful now, isn't he?
No. After today, after that game, Aubameyang doesn't start. He's not my number one striker. I don't care.
Yeah, he don't start.
He's not my number one striker. I can't even talk on my defense too bad because we only lost 1-0 to a kind of freak goal, to be honest. Our attack was toothless because we only got one shot on target. But look, last thing I would say on this is I listened to a 45-minute interview with Tuchel. He demands in India, chilling off in India, getting therapy and all them thing there. And Tuchel said, no disrespect to his successor, but Chelsea's not no club that needs time. He said when he came to Chelsea, when Lampard got sacked, the first thing he done was get on the training ground. And they went on a 13-match run. 13 match run without losing. Listen, the difference is Potter's come. Give him time. Chelsea ain't that club. Go and do that at Tottenham or something. That's fine. I think that's the big move he should have made, maybe. Because
Chile, go and do that at Tottenham.
Yeah, because they haven't won a cup in a while. They would rather wait a couple years to get their stuff in a line. But Chelsea, it ain't no experiment thing. But anyway, my rant's over. Norman, congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy that glass of water, and we'll see what it looks like in May. You know what I mean? But let me warn you though. If your club do not win this league,
don't go down that road now. Don't go down that road now. Don't go down that road now. Listen, I just said. Listen to what I said. Listen. Let's make this clear. Let's make this clear. What?
Gnomes.
Yeah.
You have to hear this.
Yeah.
I will be the one giving out rice and peas outside Emirates.
No. Hold on. Can I
rice and peas?
Okay. Did I say at any point that we were going to win the league?
Hey, listen. This is
no. I said, did I say at any point we were going to win the league?
Listen, if you weren't top of the league, you wouldn't be.
No, that's not the question. The question is, did I say we weren't going to win the league, or we're going to win the league?
But you've been
no.
But you said that you're in a title race, Norm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
in a title race.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Tottenham in a title race.
All right, should I change it then?
I'm not sure.
Sorry, guys. I reset myself. Norman, if Arsenal do not finish in the top 4, I will be giving out the jerk chicken, rice and peas, and all of them thing there. 3 bottles of water.
Now you're talking sense.
In my Chelsea top, outside.
Now you're talking sense now. Because this is the narrative. This is the narrative. Because the thing is, all of a sudden, people were having a go at us and saying, "Oh, Arsenal are not coming out and saying we're going to win the league, or we're in a title race." Should I say then? We're in a title race. I'm not. Oh, Shab, well bet. Equalised. Joe, come man. Arsenal, come on, man. Sort yourselves out.
Danny. Man's playing the Danny, you know.
You know what I mean? Danny, come on, man. Behave yourself, bro.
Man like Ian Harris. You see him.
Danny, come back out.
All of you. I will be back on this show.
No, but now I hear what you're saying. Now I hear what you're saying in terms of, because you said at first.
No, I think that's fair. If
we don't make top 4, because I know realistically that Man City, probably are the more likely one to win it. Yeah. If I come on and start saying, Arsenal going to win the league, then you have the right to say that. But if we don't make top 4 from this position where we're in, then I'll say everybody come in here.
Well, one by one. I'm getting Shigs in here. I'm getting David in here. Listen, Norms, you're just gonna have to invite everyone.
Invite them in.
Everyone.
But as I said, if we do win the league, Lord of mercy. If we win the league, Lord of mercy. That's all I said. If. Remember the big if we win the league, Lord of mercy.
but, I'm looking at this league, right? I'm looking at this league and looking at Liverpool being 8th, right? And saying that there literally is only 4 spots up for grabs. And all that top 8, barring maybe Brighton, who I don't think have the squad depth, they're all looking to try and. So 2 teams are going to be in tears, playing Europa League football, and one maybe Europa League conference. So, like I said earlier in the show, the World Cup is key to how these teams flip the switch. Because what you don't want is for players to come back from the World Cup and your team looks like it's in pre-season mode again, because people are leggy and. Yeah, and when Ez said about the asterisk of whoever wins it, I think it is. I think that the whole World Cup totally throws out this title into a very weird space.
Yeah,
and so I actually don't think you can write off anybody in the top 8 right now, because all it takes is a run of 8 to 10 games and you're back in the mix.
Yeah,
you are, and that's why I'm looking at Liverpool in 8th and I'm saying 8th with a game in hand puts them to 22 points. They're not out of it, in my opinion, just not out of it. Because 10 or 12 points is not nothing in this league when a team goes on a run, and one team goes on a run and 2 teams keep drawing games. Suddenly you're 1 game behind. Man City is that Norman. Norman's the chief, You know what I mean? You're cussing me for going for Liverpool. That's been inconsistent, and you got Man City again. That's like the 5th time Norman's gone to Man City.
No, just the second time. It's the second time. It's the second time. It's the second time.
You're banning. You have to ban him from Man City.
It's the second time. It's the second time.
That Man City game should be thrown in the hat, and then whoever.
Right.
This is what it's come to.
Throw the City game in the hat. I had it last week. That's the first time I had them. So I was like, oh, my hand up. I'm taking them. But that's like the 5th time that... Jancy, yeah. Like, I'm not going to look at Liverpool and go, nah, man, Liverpool at 8th. Yeah, I'm not going to fall for that one. Because like I said, the league will be very inconsistent. And just say if Liverpool sell the club while the World Cup's going on. And then certainly in January, my man gets a 300 million war chest to go on. Humans is back. Trust me on that. If he goes and gets Tielemans and Sahar, or Tielemans and Maddison, suddenly nobody going to want to play Liverpool again. You know the ones, trust me. So that's how I see it. I'm not being naive right now with 13, 14 games played.
Yeah, I mean, when you say January's quickly, Cole, when you say January's going to be interesting, are you saying you don't know whether Liverpool are going to go out and spend, or are you saying interesting for everybody?
For Liverpool personally, because it depends whether this sale it's going to actually go through or whether it's going to take a little bit more time. And, remember, we've still got to complete the renovation of the Anfield Road stand as well. So, are the FSG going to commit to finishing the stand?
Right. Yeah.
Or they're going to leave it to the new owners if they get the sale done.
Right.
So we don't know. So that's why.
I'm talking about realistically. I mean, how long did it take for Chelsea to be bought by Todd Bowley? I mean, what was
that was in weeks.
2 months.
2 months. Yeah.
So if you're looking at it now, when November, if the ball gets rolling, then there's a possibility. January possibility.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think over the summer
was accelerated because of the sanction situation.
Yeah.
Very much.
That's why I'm thinking more for Liverpool. More if the sale does go through, it'll be more towards the summer.
Yeah. I'm probably thinking that we're probably not going to have any transfers in January.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then. Does that then kind of knock back your theory in terms of where, or would you if Liverpool don't end up buying anybody in January, how would you assess their position come the final day?
Yeah.
So D, before you go, I'm going to slip out. I'm going to catch this the rest of the Chelsea game. But Mandem, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
It's
nice one, Case. Look after, bro. Yep.
Nice one. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not got the tools to do his job properly, and so there's always going to be high expectation when Liverpool play at home by the Liverpool fans, and rightly so, because of what they managed to achieve last season, staying in everything staying in all competitions to the dying end. So, but yeah, I mean, you got some injuries. Like he gets injured players back, Kofi. You're still a better team with the injured players coming back as well.
Of course, yeah.
But,
I mean,
if he was to get
even a case to
if he was to get a creative midfielder or defense, maybe a creative midfielder in the January window, and you've got to be looking at one of them guys that is running down their contracts, whether it be a Sahar or a Tillsman, maybe. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're clock players, but if he gets that and gets I'm not writing Liverpool off. I think I'd be a fool to and naive because at the end of the day, yes, you are missing Mane, but you're looking at Noodles kind of coming into his own. You'll get Diaz back.
Jota.
I said Noodles. So 20 goals this season, and I'm sticking to what I'm saying, and I will wear that t-shirt.
What in all competitions?
In all comps?
Yeah, all competitions.
Yeah, I'll hold you to that. I doubt it very much, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's he on now? 5 or 6?
No, he's on 8 goals.
8 goals
in all competitions.
Yeah.
And you think
it's doable?
It's doable, yeah.
Well, if they stay in the cups and in the Champions League long, Norman, it's doable.
Well, that's interesting because we'll just move quickly to that point, and that's the Europe's knockout draws. Man United, obviously, to your detriment, or it might not be. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, replay of the Champions League final.
Revenge.
What are your expectations quickly, Kofi?
Revenge. We have to deal with Madrid. I don't care how we do it.
Real Madrid right now cooking in their league, doing really well under their manager. You guys at the moment are kind of a bit up and down. You're not as good as you was last season, and Real Madrid beat you. The expectation was Liverpool was going to beat Real Madrid.
Of course, we just got the tactics all wrong. We didn't take the chance.
So you think this season you've got a very good chance of beating them over 2 legs?
Look, the way we are, we just got to take anything.
So you don't sound confident then?
No. I'm just going on what we are playing right now. And
so the question is a simple question. Yes or no? No politician question.
I just think that we have to just go all out and win Champions League.
So my question to you again, do you think you'll beat Real Madrid over 2 legs?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm saying that confidently.
So what would be the final aggregate score? Mind you, you're playing at home first.
Well, we got to get a good home result. So, because we can go away to the Bernabeu and get something there, I feel.
Right. So what's your final aggregate score?
4-3.
Okay, 4-3.
In favour of Liverpool.
In favour of Liverpool. Okay, and is that in extra time as well?
Yeah, we'll take everything into consideration.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to D. Obviously, you've drawn Barcelona in the last 32 knockout, and I know you're not happy with the way the whole process is crooked.
It's crooked.
Yeah,
it's very crooked. And be honest, I'm actually not bothered because we've got until the middle of February to get our first 11 back fit for this game,
right?
And hopefully everyone is back. So yeah, I'm not really fearing. If that was Madrid, I'd be saying, yeah, Real Madrid. Like, we've always struggled to do anything with Real Madrid, but Barca. Yeah. I mean, I was looking at a Paul Scholes interview and a quote from Paul Scholes about Barca, and you may or may not like this because if the next guy is your goat, then it's what he said. He said, I remember Paul Scholes was more of an attacking midfielder. He could not tackle for love or money. He was awful. No, always got sloppy yellow cards for trying to do mad tackles. He said, I have no shame in admitting this, but in our final against Barcelona, I tried not to get near Messi's area to avoid getting in a one-on-one situation with him. He is without a doubt the greatest player of all time. That's from Paul Scholes. So maybe Paul Scholes is no longer on the Christmas card list either. Like, you know that once. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny how these guys are all kind of backpedaling on the Ronnie thing now. You know what I mean? But and this is why I said Ronnie has to go, and we see where we land without Ronnie. You know what I mean? And
so what is your
Yeah, I think we beat them over the 2 legs.
Okay, beat them.
I think we go. I think we go a goalless draw.
Yeah,
and then they come to Old Trafford and lose 2-1.
Okay,
so I think we can go Nou Camp and scrape a 1-1.
I know Chelsea have got Dortmund.
Yeah. Decent game.
That's a decent game. Man City, they've got. I know Tottenham have got AC Milan.
AC Milan,
I don't know how Oliver Giroud in that game, so I don't know how that.
Even on fire, bro. My man's been banging in some bangers,
and ex-Arsenal. So do us a favour there, mate. Knock them out. So
I think this Champions League is destined for City to win it. They always get the easy draws. Why?
Who are they playing? Who they got?
They're playing Leipzig.
Oh, there you go.
Leipzig, Leipzig, yeah.
There you go.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think the other thing as well, and I said, and let me clarify and say that yes, in terms of Arsenal challenging, yes, we are in a title race. What could benefit us is the fact that maybe Man City going for the Champions League, they might be focused on that if we're still close to them. So that could probably fall in our favour. But as I said, look, the favourites are Man City to win the league. But, we will try our best if we get in the players to kind of push them as far as we can. I do believe we will finish in the top 4. 100% think we'll finish in the top 4.
City will probably do what Liverpool couldn't do last season.
Yeah.
Is win the quadruple.
Really?
Nah, that can't happen, bro.
No, that can't happen, man.
Nah,
that can't happen for D. I know why D say that, man. That can't happen.
I can never roll on my cousins in Manchester if that happens.
That can't happen. That can't happen. That can't happen. But look, we are come down to the last thing, and we've actually put in. I know my deep self D. I've already put in the prediction table in terms of our predicted score. So, Kof, if you could do the same.
Pick a team, Kof.
No, Kofi. What's happening? Is Liverpool losing? She's saying no, Kofi. I don't know what's happening.
I think she was referring to the quadruple.
Oh, right. right. So let me just...
Liverpool is still 0-0 against Derby County.
Okay. Let me
24th minute.
Oh, wow.
No, 70. Hold on. 17th minute. Hold on. Let me see it. Action.
So let me just quickly...
17th minute.
Let me just quickly show you the league table. Kofi's looking. Kofi's yeah. So myself and Kofi still on 5 points, and now Kofi's probably looking at that and saying, "Well, how come I'm not in fourth place?" So it's just
no.
Technical, listen, it don't matter. It's just technical details. Yeah, Kofi because of his alphabet and everything.
Wow,
He went for Man City last week.
Wow. Yeah, and that's the first time I had them. So
and that's the first time he's had them. Yeah, so he's on 17 points. Chile got 1 point. He's on 11. You got 1 point. Kofi got 1 point. Ez didn't score and I didn't score. We both got our scores wrong for game week 14.
No, but Ez is in blue, though, no.
Huh?
Ez is in blue. Ez is in blue, look.
Yeah, so he got
a point, didn't he? He got a point.
Yeah, he got a point. Yeah,
cool.
Because he predicted. Who did Ez? Have you got it on the WhatsApp? What he predicted?
Oh no, I didn't write it down. I've already got you, Chile, and myself. I forgot to write down Ez and Kofi.
What did Ez predict? Who did he go for? Was it Man United? I think he went for Man United, didn't he? I think he went for Man United winning, and they lost.
I'm just scrolling back.
I'm sure it was. Yeah, he said Man United 2-1.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he didn't score any points, and I didn't score any points because I went for I can't remember who it was, but I ended up saying 2-2. I think I went for 2-2 Tottenham. Yeah, I think it was Tottenham Liverpool 2-2, and Liverpool won that game 2-1. So I didn't get
he's got a blue dot. He went for Man United 2-0 against Villa.
Yeah.
He's got a blue dot though, no? Has he got a blue dot in the form?
No, but he had 7 points from the week before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
He had 7 points.
Yeah, so he should have a red dot there then, shouldn't he? If he didn't get any points, is that not how he did?
Well, I don't know. My son is. I'm trying to work out because when I sent him the thing, I'm sure I sent him that he didn't score any points. But I mean, obviously, because remember, I remember last week's one. I'm trying to remember what last week's one was. The table that I sent my son. He did send it to me.
Okay.
What was it again? What was it last week? If I can find it. Last week's points table. Let's have a look. Let's see. Yeah, because last week he had. Yeah. He's still because last week he had 7 points.
Right.
Yeah, last week he had 7 points, and he's still got 7 points this week, and that. But I think it's just that the way my son has just done the dots. He needs to have changed, left that the same. I think unless it's moving along, I don't know how he does it. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how he does. But it's basically still the same. And Kofi ended up getting a point. So he's on 5 points, and Chile ended up getting a point. To puts him on 11 points. So that's basically it, guys. So D still ahead on 17 points. And
still riding the crest of that wave, no?
Still riding the crest of that wave. Chile's 6 points. Chile's 6 points behind him. And as I said, come the end of the season, we are on game week 14. So I've already put in my prediction.
Yeah, I put mine in.
3-0 to Man City against Brentford. Big D's gone with 3-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah, because
against Southampton. So what are you going for? Cole?
Who's Tottenham playing?
Tottenham are playing Saturday, November the. Oh, sorry, I can't do it. Where is it? Where are we?
They're playing Leeds at home.
Yeah, Leeds at home.
Yeah, I'm bagging them to get points.
What's the predicted score? Put it in the. Let's know what it is now, and then put it in our chat, please. So, what are you going for?
It's going to be a 3-1.
So 3-1 to Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham.
Okay, 3-1 to Tottenham.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you put that in there, that's great. Guys, put it in the chat what you think the scores are. Kofi's gone for Tottenham 3, Leeds 1. I've gone for Man City 3, Brentford 0. and Big D's gone for Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. So we'll just wait for Ez and Chile. I'll remind them by telling them to put their names in the chat with their prediction, and we go for game week 14. Hopefully, I think I know I will get 1 point, at least 1 point. But I need to bag a 3 points because I need to make up some ground here. You know what I'm saying? I need to make up some ground. So that I think Kofi is quietly confident he'll get 1 point, and I'm sure. And I think all of us. I
would want 3, but boy.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Chile and Ez puts in the chat. I will just remind them and everything. But guys, thank you again. People in the chat, thank you for staying with us. You've been fantastic. And listen, we go again next week. We'll see. Obviously, we have the Carabao Cup that's going on right now as we speak. We're currently drawing 1-1, 0-0. I think Liverpool, Man United play tomorrow. I don't know what the score is. I don't know what the score is with Man City and Chelsea. Is that still 0-0?
Yeah, still 0-0. Yeah,
still 0-0. Yeah. So we'll see.
And they got Koulibaly on a yellow card already after 18 minutes.
Wow. So we'll see what happens. And obviously we got the games at the weekend, which will be the penultimate games before the World Cup. World Cup starts. So lots of interesting content coming up. You know, we'll be obviously reviewing the last game before the World Cup preview for next week, and maybe looking at some of the World Cup teams and what we think they're going to do and how well they're going to do. So on this occasion, guys, please want you to hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. And thank you again to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you to Big D. Thank you to Kofi. Thank you to Ez. Obviously, Chile wasn't on tonight. Wasn't able to make it, but I'm sure he'll be watching the playback. And just want to thank everybody. So listen, guys, take care. God bless. And see you on the next What's Going On podcast. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.